Hello everyone, welcome back to the RPGames YouTube channel. My name is Ralph and this is Pathfinder Kingmaker. In the previous episode we finally took down the Stag Lord. And we have been rewarded with this amazing feast. We are supposed to mingle. Now I'm not quite sure if we are the most social character of the bunch, but oh, the rest of the party is here as well. Tristian. So we are going to mingle and talk to a whole bunch of people. It seems. Let's start on the left side of the table here. Say guard, harem, a guest, another guest, and another guest. Well, let's just talk to one of the guests. So it was you who dealt with the Stag Lord. Allow me to shake your hand. They are all saying the same thing, huh? Yes, harem is his own cheerful self again. That's great. Let's see. Hannis Drelev. Who are you, my friend? The man's gorgeous clothes hide rippling muscles beneath them. He looks past your ear, obviously bored. Oh, that's a great introduction. Baron Hannis Drelev, and you must be the Stag Lord Butcher. I'm sorry, I quite forgot your name. But you took out the Stag Lord and his gang, and so Sir Lord Jamandi is granting you permission to take his place, right? Well, congratulations. My lands lie to the west of yours. I suppose we're neighbors now. You're not very polite for a nobleman, yeah. Yes, I defeated the Stag Lord. Pray tell, what did you do to deserve your new dominion? Which dwarf says pray tell? Come on, people. Pray tell. I don't need to deserve or prove anything. Countless generations of my glorious ancestors have done so for me. If I had a slightly bigger army, Sir Lord Jamandi would have simply given all of the stolen lands to me. Alas, I don't have so many soldiers at my disposal, so she had to urgently make barons. With likes like you and Varn. Oh, we're gonna make friends, right? So you have no army, no special merits. You're just given land for being pretty. Under other circumstances, I'd have you whipped for such words, but let's not ruin Lady Aldori's celebration, huh? If you want so badly to measure merits, we can do so another time. You're not very polite for a nobleman. Politeness must be deserved. Well, you know. Goodbye. I see. Well, we are making plenty of friends. It seems. Who is this? Ezvanki Keeg. A handsome man with a weather-beaten face grasps your hand tightly in his rough, callous palms. Unlike the rest of the guests in their festive clothes, he wears a simple robe. The only luxury you see on him is a holy symbol of Aristil, made of solid gold. The other guests look at him with respect, some bordering on awe. I see. Congratulations on your victory, he says in a deep voice. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Ezvanki Keeg, High Priest of Aristil in Restov. Bringing law onto the stolen lands is a difficult endeavor. I'd be grateful for any help you could spare. Ah, our most pious aspirations are often hindered. But is it not the case that overcoming such obstacles allows us to become closer to our God? I give you my blessing. I believe you will be able to overcome these hardships and achieve your goals. Do many people in Restov venerate Erastil? They revere many gods in Restov. They pray to Abadar, patron of cities, and Pharasma, gatherer of souls. There are also some more rare cults, but there's no denying that the stag god has the largest congregation here. No wonder. People here have lived off farming and hunting for centuries. You're dressed surprisingly simple for such a festive occasion. The nobles dress in silks and satins to stand out from the poor. The priest wears a simple robe to stand out from the nobles. Oh, I like this guy. It was an honor to meet you. Okay, so this is a cool guy. Guests. Valerie. Who's not very comfortable here. Another guest. Okay, let's head to the other side of the table. Lander. A handsome, well-dressed young man of about 17 years old looks at you with a polite smile. So you're the famous slayer of the Stag Lord gang. Soon to be a baron. Pleased to make your acquaintance. My name is... Lander. Are you from Restovic nobility? Oh no, I'm not from here. I'm just visiting, you could say. Wanted to see for myself the heroes who managed to conquer the frontier lands. The Lord Mayor was kind enough to invite me to his wonderful party. Truth be told, that's precisely what I wanted to speak with you about, you see. I'm an heir to one of the Brevoy noble houses. Won't say which, but believe me, a newly appointed baron with no connections would do well to have a friend like me. I travel the country in secret, without servants, so I can see it for myself. Not from a carriage window, but face to face with the people. My family would never approve, of course, but then I never asked. I need to know Brevoy if I'm going to rule a part of it someday. I know Jamandi wants to impose her stepson on you as an emissary of Brevoy. Refuse. Take me instead. Don't look at my age. While they may have trained this half-orc to swing a sword, I've been training to rule since I was a child. I'll be of far greater use to you, both now and in the future, after I have a firm position in my family. Just Lander, no last name, no title. Well, let's just say I'm here incognito. Under my circumstances, it's wise to keep one's lineage to oneself. I'll consider your proposal. Yes, do so, and carefully. Alright. The wine's alright, nice and strong, but the appetizers, barely a mouthful. Alright, another guest, Lindsay. J-Tall. Maeger Varn. This man is obviously more comfortable on the battlefield than in the company of nobles. He's well built, but the expensive waistcoat he's wearing doesn't quite fit properly, as though it was borrowed. He has a few pale scars across his face, and his dark hair is drawn into an unkempt ponytail, with a few streaks of grey running through it. He greets you with a broad smile and a firm handshake. Yeah, I think these are more my people, you know, like warriors and adventurers and fighters, not necessarily nobles, but you know, I didn't ask to become one. Let me introduce myself. I'm Maeger Varn. Oh, okay, he's also a Baron. The new ruler of Dunsward, your neighbor to the east. Like you, I'm about to be a Baron. Great job with the Stag Lord, by the way. Not everyone could exterminate a whole gang of bandits with such a small team. How did you earn the title of Baron? Truth be told, my team and I just happened to be in the right place at the right time. Jamandi Aldori needed someone reliable to take and hold the territory. I'm the captain of a mercenary team, if that wasn't clear. Fernling host. Have you heard of us? No? No, no matter. Point, point, point. How do you feel about being a noble? Like a pheasant on a plate. I've killed all kinds of monsters, but this is the first time I've so strongly felt like turning away could get me eaten. See that lad? Baron Drelev? He's not like us. Who knows what generation of Baron he is. Didn't even shake my hand. You and me? We're like dirt beneath his boots. That's why those like us, the newly made nobility, need to stick together. Otherwise, he'd take my land and yours in the blink of an eye. Well, I have to agree on that one. It was nice meeting you. Farewell. Goodbye. Once you've settled in, come pay us a visit. Oh, well, Kesten got drunk, it seems. Kaessi? Let's see, what does she have to say?
Will you drink with me?
You want to get right to business?
I'd say you like to walk a straight road and keep away from roundabouts. But jokes aside, I came to apologize. I know the words I said in our conversation with Lady Aldori might have offended you, but this was not my intention. The lessons life has dealt me were not easy. I've learned to be wary of new acquaintances, which is why I've refused to join your party. I hope you will forgive me for this weakness and for my harsh words. And I hope you will hear me out, for I have something to tell you.
Apology accepted. What did you want to tell me?
As it happens, I came across some very valuable information. What brave conqueror of these wild lands wouldn't be intrigued by news of an ancient shrine, possibly full of great treasures? A place such as this was discovered by my old friends from Kadira, and it just so happens to be located in the lands that today become rightfully yours. My friends lack the courage to enter the shrine and seek the treasure, but what will stop us? We who know the taste of battle and have been singed by the same fire.
It sounds tempting, but I'll need to think about it.
Your caution is reasonable. Well, I'm going to visit the capital of your newborn barony anyway. I might rent a house. Find me there if you decide you're interested in my offer. So long, friend. I'll call you so today because soon enough, all you'll be hearing is, Your Grace, Your Grace, Your Grace.
I hope not.
That is not far.
You were not only tough but quick. Well, congratulations on your victory. Enjoy it while you can. What do you think awaits me? Nothing good, I fear. The Aldori, our dearest friends, didn't deem it necessary to inform you of their plans, I assume, you see? They're preparing to separate from Brevoy. It will not be a peaceful process. They lack the strength currently, hence using this legal loophole to create some independent allies. Once the civil war breaks out, your lands will be the first to endure a strike from Brevoy's forces. Perhaps they'll erect a memorial stone and independent Restov to honor you. Well, wouldn't count on that even, really. What would you propose? In your situation, the most reasonable course of action would be to align yourself with the lawful rulers of Brevoy. The noble houses. The Aldori won't dare to rebel, knowing they will immediately become entrapped. You could help Brevoy avoid a civil war while simultaneously enjoying some well-deserved peace in your lands. I believe Jamandi has already attempted to impose a guard on you as an emissary. I'm guessing her low-born stepson, the green-skinned boy Kessel. It's up to you, of course, but I would recommend you a different envoy. Please meet Chandra Murphy, an experienced diplomat who's more familiar with Brevoy's politics than any brawler could be. The old woman standing next to Natala gives you a slight bow. I would be happy to help you establish diplomatic relations with Brevoy. I'll consider your proposal. Think on it. Do not make hasty decisions. Yeah, so this is the like the political part where you get pulled in all sorts of directions. It's quite typical, I guess. Let's see if we can talk to these people. Well now, if it isn't the hero of the festivities, the protege of our dear Jamandi. You pulled this all off quite cleverly. I confess I wasn't convinced your enterprise would succeed. I even bet a bottle of my best Pataxian wine against you. What? But I'm happy to admit I was wrong. The Aldori have always been adept at finding new talent. So you bet against me, huh, punk? I'll remember that. I don't believe we've been introduced. Yes, we have, dude. So it would seem. I am Ioseph Sellemius, Lord Mayor of Restov. I rule this town and the adjacent lands. As your northern neighbor, I hope we can look forward to a long and fruitful friendship. So you rule Restov. What about the Aldori? Brevoy's politics seem complex and incomprehensible to many. Here, in this part of Rustland, the spirit of northern freedom still lives. We are loyal to the throne, of course. May the gods prolong the life of His Highness. But here, far from the dominions of the great houses, we have our own way of life. It's especially important now after certain events that I probably don't need to name. The Aldori Sword Lords used to rule Rustland. They're still the largest landowners and main military force in the region. But it's not for nothing that Restov is called a free city. We're proud to choose the Lord Mayor from among the citizens, considered not by their lineage, but by their own merits. Well, that's good. What kind of events were you talking about? Why? An aspiring politician needs to be well informed. I'm talking, of course, about the disappearance of the ruling house Rogarvia. Can you imagine it? Old man Coral conquered our land 2 centuries ago. It would be a shameless lie to say that nobody wished his royal house could just disappear into thin air. But once that exact thing happened, turned out nobody was ready for it. Poof! All over the country, every member of the royal house disappeared without a trace. Nobody knows what happened, it's a mystery, but a mystery pregnant with opportunity for everyone. So how are things in the Restov? I don't want to boast. Yeah. That's always suspicious when someone says, I don't want to boast, or I'm not a racist, but, you know. But things have been going well in recent years. Trade prospers, the population grows, and the citizens are happy. Although recently, especially after the disappearance of House Rogarvia, more and more troublemakers have been appearing. And people are talking about the most shocking things. But those sorts of rumors aren't worthy of your attention. Well, you know. Actually, I think they would be. And troublemakers have been appearing, well, you know, I appeared. So, I guess that's true. It was nice meeting you. Oh, please, wait a minute. Your young barony will need resources to establish itself, and from what I've been told, you're somewhat in need of financial assistance. I could organize and supply everything you need for the construction, spread out the cost on extremely favorable terms. Could immediately procure, let's say, 500 cartloads of building supplies. I'm sure that would give you a good start. In exchange, I would ask a small favor. Until you repay the debt in full, you simply assume the obligation of contracting building services through Restov's Builders Guild. Do we have a deal? Wasn't I going to get a lot of stuff from Jamandi, actually, to start? Not quite sure. I thought she said in the beginning of the game that we were gonna get a lot of stuff from her. And I'm not quite sure how big that debt is going to be. So I'm going to thank you for the offer. I can't accept it. It is your choice, of course. I just figured I'd mention it. It was nice meeting you. The feeling is mutual, I assure you. I look forward to hearing more of your dazzling successes soon. Okay, Castle Aldori. And then we have Jamandi.
So, how do you like our little gathering? I hope you've made some useful connections. Shall we move on to the official proceedings?
Well, useful connections is a big word. Before we begin, I'd like to talk about the envoy I'll be taking with me.
My apprentice, Kaessi Aldori, will go with you, won't he?
I'm gonna take Casil, yes. Yes, that's my decision.
Whatever you choose, I won't argue. But you must choose your inner circle with the utmost care.
Yes, I've just done that. I'm ready for the ceremony.
Excellent. Stand here.
Yes, ma'am.
Lords and ladies, today we are here to honor 3 brave people who have done the impossible. They've tamed the stolen lands. Baron Hannis Drelev, the new master of Glenabon, Captain Maeger Varn, the conqueror of Dunsword, and finally, the tamer of the Shrike Hills, who put an end to the atrocities of the Stag Lord's bandits. Step forward.
Go, Grenn. Go, Grenn.
On behalf of the people of the free city of Restov, I confer upon you this noble title. Rise, your grace.
Hey, hail!
Victory! The Stag Lord's dead, and the capital of the new barony has been built in place of his fort. That was how the long and challenging taming of the stolen lands began.
Oh boy. Welcome, your grace. Kesten salutes you. You can see he's a bit anxious, and it seems he rehearsed his speech many times. Let me once again congratulate you on your victory and your new title. Lady Jamandi transferred me here. I am at your disposal. I'm not one to bestow honors, but I want you to know I'm glad to serve you. I'm here to welcome you on behalf of your new capital's citizens. The Stag Lord's former stronghold will soon be a thriving city. Word travels fast and the first settlers have already arrived, with new ones approaching as we speak. While you were visiting Restov, much has been done here. Your benefactors, the Aldori, invested a great deal of resources in rebuilding the city. I stand ready to answer your questions and to show you around the most important sights. Where are my companions? They are all somewhere around here, but I never kept an eye on who went where exactly. Well, I assume Tristian is with Jod, and you can always find Lizzie. Well, just follow the noise and turmoil. Are there any citizens I should know about? Our old acquaintance Jod is right here. Arestal's clerics normally don't like cities much, but he's eager to serve you. Also, the emissary from Brevoy is here, waiting for you in the throne room. There's also this curious matter. An elf has paid us a visit. A blind elf. Desna only knows how he managed to get here. He seems a peaceful, even pleasant fellow, though naturally a little odd. So I let him stay for a while. It's up to you to decide what to do with him. That's about it, I guess. What's the mood of the people here? I must admit, I've never seen anything like that my whole life. A city, a whole barony born right in front of our eyes. The people sense the moment, and today we're feeling proud. As a rule, I'm not too cheerful or chatty. Normally feel out of place among all the rejoicing, but today is just one of those days. The main question is, where can I get a drink or three? It's time to toast my victory. I'll make sure to show you the moment we enter the city. The tavern was the first business that opened, of course. Building a city is thirsty work, and beg your forgiveness for my behavior during your reception. I drank a little too much. It's a day for a celebration. I'm ready to look around the city. Lead the way. Follow me, your grace. Oh boy. Why did this little guy didn't bow for us? Yeah, you should bow for us, little guy. I'm quite curious how this is gonna go now. Our workers did a fine job turning this bandit den into the heart of the town. The heart of every town is its main square. We plan to hold street festivities and fairs here. Look, we already have our first vendor. That seems to be the case indeed. Greetings, your grace. If you turn to the right from the square, you'll end up straight in our tavern. That's good news. The tavern's ale is blessed by Caden Colleen himself, I swear. The lady who owns it is a gem. I've heard our Baron is tall as a troll and can breathe fire. Oh boy. We didn't inherit the smartest subjects, did we? Oh, that's actually our guard. Oh man. Okay. Here's the observation platform. I hope one day your capital will grow large enough that we won't be able to see to its full extent from this perch. The building in front of us is your residence. That's where we'll head to now. Welcome to your barony. You're about to make the unyielding stolen lands a prosperous kingdom. Well, let's not get too excited here. There is a long and arduous road ahead of you. You and your advisors are going to deal with matters of national importance, found and build up settlements, seize and develop new regions, solve pressing problems, and take advantage of good opportunities. A prosperous governor will be handsomely rewarded with support and donation from their subjects, promising alliances with other states, wealth for their treasury, and many other things. Good luck in your ruling, Baron. So now we've reached the main chambers. This is the throne room. Why don't I have an iron throne with, swords or axes? This is where you'll hold court and receive visitors. Let me draw your attention to this large map depicting your barony and its surroundings. We'll mark all the important scout reports and other news worthy of your grace's attention. Greetings, your grace. It was a pleasure to meet you at the rest of reception on behalf of your allies and benefactors. The Aldori Sword Lords, I'd like to offer you some advice. What is all this? Barony effects, community +6, loyalty +6, military +3, economy +3, divine +3, arcane +3, stability +3. A new event, we have a trade agreement with Surtova, we have Ezvanki's offer, pillage the Temple of the Elk, rebuild the Temple of the Elk, research into the nature of curses, David Nettle. Okay. You can solve most of your barony's problems by granting appointments to the right people, responsible people. But certain state business will demand your personal attention, as will the visits of especially important guests. Reports of such outstanding events will be marked on your map. You can always check it while considering your plans. So, the difficulty level of your barony. You may change the difficulty level of your barony at any time, set it to automatic. If set to automatic, you won't have to deal with most government decisions. They will be taken care and your barony will never fail. However, this will also prevent you from unlocking any governance-related achievements. Well, I actually want to do this myself, even if I mess up, it'll be fine. According to the ancient traditions of Brevoy and most of the river kingdoms, rulers address affairs of state and receive visitors at the beginning of the month. My advice to you is to maintain this tradition and regularly visit your capital when needed. The first thing you should do as a ruler is assign loyal people to all the important positions in your barony. Your clerics, Jod and Tristian, were the first to seek an audience. I won't distract you further, and I'll leave you to consider. Once again, my congratulations. May your rule be long and prosperous. I see, so we get thrown into this immediately, huh? Your Grace, allow me to congratulate you on receiving the title of Baron. I'm confident that you will be able to bring order to these troubled lands. Though, to be honest, that isn't exactly what we wanted to speak to you about. Tristian and I have been talking a great deal about what happened at the Temple of the Elk. Doesn't all make sense to us yet, but one thing is clear, there is a powerful curse at work. Corrupted the very essence of that sacred place, steeping it with putrescence. I'm disgusted with whoever could do this. And now there is a new woe. Tristian and I believe the curse did not simply disperse on its own accord. There is a place near the capital rumored by the locals to be cursed. Tristian and I visited this dreadful place, and we felt the same putrescence as at the Temple of the Elk. What is this place? What is it? There is a bald hilltop not far from here, to the north of the capital. Its crown is entirely barren of life. The locals believe that rituals glorifying the dark gods were held there, back in ancient times. There's no longer any trace of such rituals, but the air around the hilltop is heavy to the point of stifling. This place is like a rotting wound, closed but not healed. And this wound will undoubtedly open again. Tricia and I felt something approaching, something ominous. The curse will soon return to plague us once more, I swear by Aristel. I'll go there as soon as I'm able. I would be happy to accompany you, but I would not expect to see anything new there at present. I agree with Tristian. We have been to this hilltop. It's barren but filled with a dense atmosphere of unease. Well, what do you suggest? The curse will grow in strength, and we predict it will reach the peak of its strength in about 1 month. That's when we should visit the bald hilltop and resolve this issue. For now, we can only wait and prepare. We beg your pardon, Your Grace, for intervening with you getting the grasp of your barony. I'm sure you have even more pressing matters at hand right now. The barony has 10 basic stats, each supervised by an advisor. They are as follows: population is the regent, loyalty is the counselor, military is the general, economy is the treasurer, divine is the high priest, relations is the grand diplomat, stability is the warden, magic is the magister, culture is the curator, and espionage is the minister. Stats increase if your governance is successful and decrease if events don't end well or negative factors are placed in your way. Don't let your barony stats drop to 0 or lower. This will cause your subjects to riot and your state will begin to crumble. Each stat has certain milestones or ranks within them. Every 20 points in a stat will increase your rank. Rank 1 unlocks advisor position for that stat. Further development of the stat and upgrades to its rank will be possible only if you have an advisor in the relevant position. Governing your barony will require 1 advisor for each stat. You may appoint your companions as well as some of the Stolen Land citizens into these advisor positions. Each of the 10 positions has at least 3 characters who are qualified to hold it. Not all of these characters will be willing to serve you right away. Some of them will need to be convinced. Appointing others will require completing an assignment for them or rendering them some other service. Every advisor acts on their own ideology. They have their own opinions on everything that happens in your domain. Therefore, you may want to select characters whose governance philosophy is consistent with your own. Open the Advisor tab on the right side of the screen. Okay, yeah. Click an empty slot and select a character to appoint them as an advisor. Every barony stat gains a bonus from a specific ability of the appointed advisor. The exact size of the bonus is indicated in the upper right corner of the advisor's card. Only advisors may address the problems, opportunities, and sudden events that occur in your domain and require immediate attention. Don't leave these positions vacant. I see. Give a name for your barony. Well now. It's no longer the Stolen Lands, that's for sure. It's going to be... How about we make it Greenland instead of Greenland? We're gonna call it the Hold of Blackforge. The Hold of Blackforge, that's gonna be the name of our barony. The Blackforge Barony. Yes, there we go. We have the settlement map. Click your capital icon to open the settlement map. Okay, nothing is built yet. There is a village called Duskdale. Okay. You may construct buildings to increase your barony stats. Each building has a cost in BP and a construction time. You may construct several buildings simultaneously. To start construction, select a building you need from the list on the right side of the screen and place it in an empty slot in the settlement. Building special bonuses. Buildings may provide special bonuses if you meet certain conditions. Most commonly, 2 buildings must stand close together to grant the bonus. Make sure you use this feature to your full benefit when planning a settlement. Some buildings can be placed only in designated spots or areas. As examples, a pier must be built on water, and a mill must be built with no other buildings around it. Demolish a building to get rid of it and recover half of the resources you spent on construction. If you want to move a building, you will have to demolish the old one and construct it in the new desired slot for half the price. You won't have to spend any extra BP, but you will have to wait for construction to finish in the new location. I see. 450 BP, nothing built yet. Barracks, brewery, a granary, herbalist house, a longhouse. That affects quite a lot of buildings, it seems. A lumberyard, a monolith, a monument, a pier, shop, shrine, smithy, tavern, watchtower, and wooden wall. Okay, we're not gonna start building. Assigning advisors, yes. So there are 5 projects, it seems. Research into the nature of that curse, yes. Rebuild the Temple of the Elk. Pillage. That offer and a trade agreement. Okay. Region is claim the outskirts. Map. Okay. Claim the outskirts. Okay, yes, I get it. Duskdale. Advisors. The regent ensures subjects' complaints and concerns are heard by their ruler and serves as a link between the Baron and the people. Choose an advisor to fill this position. Advisors will act according to their position in government, their beliefs, and their alignment. The counselor deals with troubles of the common folk and helps settle land disputes and agricultural matters. This advisor ensures citizens remain loyal to the throne. The general is the highest ranking officer in the army of the barony and is responsible for watching the borders and protecting the realm. The treasurer's duty is to keep the coffers of the barony full and ensure any gold spent is spent wisely. The high priest, no matter what deity he serves, the high priest tries to satisfy the spiritual needs of all citizens. I see. We are going to take a break here. And then I can look into this system a little bit. And play with it a little bit. And then we will get started building in the next episodes. If you've enjoyed that, by all means, hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe if you want to follow along. And if you want to watch me ruin my barony, because chances are that's going to happen. Thanks a lot for watching, and I will see you in the next episode.